Hi, and good evening to you. It's a couple of hours away into the opening of the new week's trading session, and I want us to take a quick look at what is happening on the US Tech as I can see trading opportunities lining up for us this week. It is important I state here that Jeremy Powell is expected to deliver fresh clues on monetary policy this week, and I am of the opinion that this release is going to have a major impact on this pair. And how is this impact going to affect this pair is what I'm still yet to know. But to make things a little bit clearer, let's go into the weekly time frame and actually see how price has been playing out, um, at least since the beginning of the year. So right now I'm looking at the weekly time frame where I was able to identify a resultant bearish trend line after connecting the series of lower highs. As you can see, we had one in January which respected that bearish trend line, and we had another one in the month of April. And right now, if we look at what has been happening in the last couple of weeks, we can see that price has been oscillating right around that bearish trend line, giving us a clue into a very significant shift that is likely to happen this week. Now, with the structure we have here on the weekly time frame, we have various setups that we might be looking forward to, and one of them is a likelihood that we could be having a further breakout of that bearish trend line, which gives us a signal that we might be having a bullish momentum. After which, a retest of that structure could give us further confirmation to join the rally to the upside. And the other scenario we could be having here is that price could likely respect that bearish trend line, probably break down that bearish trend line, reject it one more time, and price action moves to the downside from there. So these are a couple of views I want us to be looking at on the US Tech this week. Now, after identifying this bearish trend line here, the next thing I was able to do is to identify a significant key level, which is going to be my yardstick for the new week. And if we look at the structure here, since I think somewhere around May last year, we can see how the 13,500 level has been a major determinant of price action in the past. Look, look at what happened here. We can see in the month of May last year, we saw our price respected that area. At least within 3 months, we saw multiple of rejection at that point in time before we saw that impulsive move to the upside here. That's the first scenario. From here, we saw that impulsive move there. And then we can see that during between the month of February and the month of March, we saw price come back into that level with multiple rejection one more time, which pushed price to the upside. Now, after that time, we saw a breakdown of the structure during the month of April. You can see what happened. We saw breakdown of the structure, and right now, price is back within that level, making this area a very, very significant area that we need to take a cursory look at to identify a possible momentum that could be lining up for us this week. So, with this information we have gathered here, it is important that we all agree that this level has actually been a major determinant of price action. So, the next thing we want to be doing here is to scale down to a much lower time frame to identify the structure that is lining up here. But before I do that, one thing I also want to share with you here on the weekly time frame is the previous impulse leg that I was able to identify here. If you look at the structure we have here, the last time price respected that bearish trend line was in the month of April, and we saw this impulsive move to the downside. And one thing I'm seeing here is likely going to be a retracement phase of that impulsive move, which I'm thinking we could be experiencing a reversal pattern right within our golden zone area that could be sending price going to the downside. Now, you might be asking me, what is my golden zone area? Well, the golden zone area is area between the 50 and the 78.6% of the previous impulse leg. Let me show you what I mean here. If we bring out the Fibonacci retracement tool at this point and run it through the previous impulse leg here, what do we have? We have somewhere around the 61.8% and the 78.6% area, which I've identified with this yellow box For the sake of clarity, let me label this area. So we have a selling window around this point. Give me a moment, please. Let's label this place. Okay, we have it right inside the center of this book. So what I want to be doing here is to delete the retracement tool as it is no longer needed. So what I want to be looking forward here is probably a sharp rejection of this area or a reversal pattern within this area that could be sending price crashing to the downside. So how do we intend taking advantage of this move with the current structure we have here? So it is pertinent that we scale down to a much lower time frame where we will be able to see things more clearly. Now, in that regards, I was able to scale down to the daily time frame. Give me a moment. Let's scale down to the daily time frame. And right now, on the daily time frame, you can see the structure we begin to see around that bearish trend line here. We can see the last day of the trading week, we saw an engulfing candle that took price right below and mid price close right below that key level we identified at the 13,500 area, giving us a clue of a possible bearish momentum building up during building up in favor of this new week. So with this information here on the daily time frame, I was also able to identify this trend line, which I think is a structural trend line, which as hold on a second, I wasn't able to. Okay, this trend line here, which I think will be a major determinant of how price is going to play out this week. Now, this is what we saw here. We can see since the month of May, we saw price came out to do a retest of that trend line. Rejection came up, broke down that trend line, and since the month of June, price has been respecting that trend line by trending right below that trend line until we saw a breakout in the month of July to start finding higher highs and higher low. So one thing we want to be looking forward to is this move to the downside a move to respect that trend line one more time, where we will be looking for a trend continuation to the upside this week. That is one scenario. Then the other scenario is the trend line going to be broken further to the downside to give us a signal that the bearish momentum has come to stay, where a retest of structure will give us further confirmation to join the decline. So with a selling niche right around the 13,600, $14,000 area, I want to be looking for selling momentum right around this level where I'll be thinking of taking advantage of a bearish move. So it's very likely that price could still climb up a little bit to form that reversal pattern here to send price crashing, or we could be having a breakdown of this bullish trend line, which also shares a confluence with the bearish trend line we were able to identify on the weekly time frame, after which a retest of structure should give us further confirmation to join the decline. So at this point in time, I would like to pause the video so that we wait till the market opens, and whatever happens during the first few hours of the new week around this area will determine how we intend to take advantage of any potential opportunity lining up for us this week. So be rest assured that I will be sharing this update in the comment section of my video. So if you don't mind, you might want to follow me on my TradingView platform at Dark Sherry so that you don't miss out on this usual updates I normally share in the comment section. If this video has have in any way been of immense help to assist you in making your individual decision on the US tech for the week, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on Monday in the comment section where we shall be looking forward to how we intend taking advantage of this momentum that is lining up for us. Thank you once again, and do have a wonderful day. Bye bye.